Governor Newsom stood on top of the Golden Gate Bridge, proclaiming tourism is back. And while that may be the case across the state, the numbers in the Bay Area are still down.
According to figures from Visit California, tourists in the Bay Area spent $37.7 billion last year, which is still below the 2019 figure of $39 billion. Three counties that saw the most of the region's travel spending have yet to make it back to pre-pandemic levels. Tourists spent about $14 billion in San Francisco County. They were spending $14.2 in 2019. In Santa Clara County, tourists spent $7 billion, nearly back to pre-pandemic levels. And San Mateo County was just about even with 2019 spending. All to say that we haven't exactly bounced back. But Los Angeles and Orange County have. They saw double-digit increases in tourism spending. Da Lin on why the Southland is doing so well.
Live jazz, warm weather, and happy visitors. This is music to the ears of Pier 39 business owners.
We're coming from London. We just landed yesterday.
While business activity is buzzing at Pier 39, that's not the case everywhere.
Waiting for the tourists to come and for the season to really get going. And as you can see on a Sunday afternoon brunch, it's not happening.
Mac Liebert of Pier 23 Cafe says they are surviving, not thriving. In fact, he says business was down about 25 to 30% in 2023 compared to 2019.
You need people coming through the door to survive, and when they're not coming, it's hard to keep the doors open.
He's not alone. Many small businesses complain they're still recovering from the pandemic.
You guys can hop on this one here.
The owner of San Francisco Deluxe Tours tells me his tour bus business is down about 40% in 2023 compared to 2019.
I'm the oldest guy out here at 77.
Pedicab operator Corral Nunnick says his business is down at least 20%.
We've been having to work harder for less cash, basically. 2019 was good. 2023, you know, the thing that has died is the international tourist.
And that's what industry leaders are blaming, specifically the Asian market. Scott Beck, the CEO of San Francisco Travel, says only about 50% of the Chinese tourists have returned. And traditionally, he says, Chinese visitors spend big money in San Francisco.
Pre-pandemic, China was our largest long-haul overseas market. Over $2 billion a year of spend in our market. Right now, capped by the governments of the U.S. and governments of China, air service is capped right now at 50% of pre-pandemic levels. So we can't get back to the normal, what we would call normal baseline visitation, because you do not have the seats in the airplanes to make it happen.
He says L.A. gets a lot more domestic visitors, and the domestic visitation has pushed the Southern California tourism industry well beyond the 2019 levels. Experts say SoCal's strong rebound is what's driving up the entire state's tourism spending.
Our record-breaking tourism numbers last year, $150 billion.
The governor made the announcement on top of the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. The CEO of Pier 39 says they've been fortunate. Their sales were flat compared to 2019.
The convention business is still down, and for 24, we expect it to be down and really not rebound until 25 and beyond.
Max says while tourism spending is trending in the right direction, San Francisco still has a lot of work ahead, especially on its image and reputation.
We're really hanging our hat on that it's going to be good and tourism's going to come back and people are going to want to go out and spend money.
Local experts say the number of Chinese visitors will likely return to the 2019 levels by 2026.
As for getaways for Bay Area residents, in wine country, tourism was better than last year, than before the pandemic in Sonoma. And in Napa, the spending was about where it was before the pandemic.